Chelsea Green just admitted something that not a lot of people would. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what she had to say, because whether you like her or you don't, Chelsea Green, she always gets a reaction. You talk about character work. This woman has this game on lockdown when it comes to character work. Whether it's her interactions with the fans on social media or at ringside, whether it's her promos on television or her in-ring ability, Chelsea Green has the game on lockdown. She's got it figured out, and she has for quite some time, because you may not have followed her as much as I have, but what we have been able to see, if you have done such thing, is to see the evolution of her Karen-like gimmick, right? She really found her groove as a real hateable heel in TNA wrestling. And I understand not a lot of people watch TNA, but there have been so many people that have been able to hone in on their craft and then take it to WWE. I think of Chelsea Green. I think of LA Knight. I think of you seeing what Joe Hendry is starting to do in NXT. There's a lot of good things that can come from TNA. And I think Chelsea Green is a very clear example of that. Since arriving in WWE, she's had ups and she's had downs, just like everyone in life, right? Her initial run did not go over well. Think about it. So she made a name for herself in TNA. She signed, she went to NXT, and she was really over, but she was quickly called up to the main roster, only to break her wrist in her debut match. She was placed on the sideline. She had to get surgery, and then she was eventually released. So, instead of keeping her head down low, she decided to rise like a phoenix and go back to TNA. There, she made a name for herself yet again, proving that she deserves a spot in the big stage and those heights that we told WWE. And since then, especially under Triple H, she has thrived in that. Great, she's not necessarily headliner, a main event talent. She's never been the women's champion, but she has found a niche, right? Her and Piper Niven, especially as women's tag team champion, she's done a lot of good things. Now that leads us to today's video, because she recently appeared on the Masked Man show and made a very interesting admission that I would like to cover here on the channel. So this is what she had to say. I sat down when I first got called up in 2019. I sat down and I said, I want to be the female Miz. A lot of people say I'm the female R-Truth. I want to be the female Miz. I want everything. I want you to put me in a movie and you believe my acting and trust that I'm that character. I want to go out there and put certain celebrities over and make them look amazing and make them look like a star. I want to make you laugh. I want to do all those things. I think Miz is living the perfect balance of ridiculousness, realism, work, and life. I think he's had the perfect career. That is also who I'm striving to be, who I want to emulate my career after. Whenever he does something, I'm like, I want to do that. I'm jealous of that, end quote. So, a lot to break down here. I have called Tiffany Stratton the female version of The Miz, and some people gave me flack over that, but that's not a bad thing to strive after, and here's why, and here's the reason I said this about Tiffany Stratton. If you look at The Miz, think about this. He has a beautiful family, he has 2 daughters, he has a gorgeous wife, he's a former WWE champion a few different times, he's headlined WrestleMania, he's been able to wrestle the who's who. He's had a very, very long and lucrative career. He's made more money than he's ever thought he could ever make. He has set himself up for life. He's probably set up his family for life, right? He comes across as a very smart person in regards to finances, everything like that. He and Maurice have talked about, they even documented on their reality show that they're real estate investors. So they're very smart with their money. So if you look at life and you go down the checklist, The Miz has it. So of course you would want to emulate that. Now look, do I think Chelsea Green is going to be a bigger star than, say, a Tiffany Stratton? No, I think Tiffany Stratton has a much bigger upside. She also has youth on her side as well. I think that the company looks at her completely different compared to Chelsea Green. I think they look at Chelsea Green as a Miz type where whenever we need to plug and play someone, she is there. And that is a great utility role. Tiffany Stratton, she's going to be a future headliner, a future main eventer, a future women's champion. Both, I think most would sign up for. Both is something that we all strive for, right? If you can find your niche, find it, keep it, build it. That's simple, right? Chelsea Green, I don't think she's going to ever be women's world champion. Do I think she has the potential? Do I think she has the baseline, whether it's promos and in-ring ability and character? Absolutely. I just don't know if management sees her as well, because she does come across a little bit as a comedy figure. And I think that's going to hold her back just a little bit, just like it did The Miz. But if you look at The Miz, if they go with what has been talked about, reported about, how WWE would like to introduce secondary women's championships, whether that be, like a Intercontinental or a U.S. champion, whatever you want to name it, go for it, right? Like in NXT, we have the North American champion, and they introduce the women's North American champion. Go with whatever name title you want, but it works at the end of the day. If they create a secondary title, which I anticipate them doing because they are all in on women's wrestling, then I think that can help. And I think that will help not only the women's division, but if you look at someone like a Chelsea Green, I think that's going to help her because she can strive after a championship, and more importantly, she can hold it and win it multiple times while getting people over. I think she is going to be, and there's nothing wrong with this, a stepping stone type talent. She's going to make a lot of money. She's going to have a lot of fun. She's going to find a lot of success in that role. I wish her all the best.
WrestleSTAR fam, a few news and notes here. First of all, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Also, if you would like to further support the channel and my family, please consider dropping some money on a membership, subscribing to that. You'll get additional content. There's a bunch of awesome perks out there, including members-only videos, which I highly recommend you go and check out. Also, if you are looking for some sweet pro wrestling merch, down in the description below, I have a link with some 2 sweet promo codes, including free shipping. All that information down in the description below. Thank you so much for changing my life, my family's life, and supporting the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.